Welcome back to the report card. It is Zay here.
And we're going to be
It's Zay here.
doing these funny
And
movies.
Chris as well. Um, man, been okay. Let's round it off. How do we want to
Guys,
start this one off?
we have watched a lot of movies. Like, a lot. Like,
A lot of media, like shows, movies.
we have watched 10, we have watched 11 movies this week.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I should say, no, I should say probably like this month.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot though. But we've watched
We still got a
like
week to go.
we've watched two pretty much every weekend though, like just solely on the weekends. So
Yeah.
this one we are going to be reviewing. So two of them, I'm sure some of you guys know. Vacancy and P2 are older movies, but he had never seen them.
Yeah.
I have seen them on my own before, and Margaux is something that we found on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will start with that one. The ratings are not good. Besides one of them.
Besides one of them was
and maybe
an ultimate
I'm sure if you
surprise.
guys have seen all of these, you can probably guess which one. But honestly, some people might not like any of them. I know one of these movies that he really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it had a good rep back in the day, but hey,
She was
liked
surprised. She was certainly surprised. But let's start off with Margaux. Margaux is a thriller, trapped in a house scenario with an AI as like
It's
the
like
villain
Smart
type
House
it's
turned
like
horror.
Smart House turned horror now.
It's
She's
an
just
F
so
for
quick to
what
say
the
it as
fuck.
an F.
Guys, this
Yeah, it's an
movie
F.
seemed honestly, this movie, once again, we can always rewrite so many movies, but this movie really could have had an actual
An ambitious plot.
it
Might I
did.
say, it could have
could've-
had one.
Now, granted, I don't think it possibly could have been like ever an S or an A level, to be honest, just because it's what it is, like an AI house killing people. I mean, you can only do so much with it, but hey, to each their own, because someone probably could make a S tier movie that we'd enjoy from it.
Yeah.
It was just super, super sloppy, guys. Like, even the ending was so bad.
The
It's
ending
really
is what
like,
sticks with us the most. Like, honestly, guys, this could have been there was definitely a C in here at one point. I will say that. Even
Yeah,
for what
it was
it was
good. It
like
was
it
good.
had some nice it did have some
it had
nice
some
like
good deaths.
it did have
It
some
did
good
have
death
some
moments.
cruel, it had
And,
some cruel deaths.
And it wasn't taking itself too seriously, but then I feel like it did in the middle. There's like a little romance aspect in here. Did not need to be in here at all.
It didn't.
It really took away from it, because if you want to do like kids doing being in a horror movie trying to escape out of a house, we've seen that done 100 times
Yeah.
without the romance aspect. They really kind of shoehorned it in here, but I mean, it's just. It's tough. I mean, it is
It
an
just
F,
got
but
super-
it had good deaths. What else did we like about it, at least?
It's just like the house was very nice. It was captivating, but even how they once again, guys, you're not even now character development wise poor. I think
There
all
was
the
none for
characters,
nobody. Nobody really
yeah,
had
the characters
development.
were very boring. The main person was Madison Pettis. If you guys have seen, her in the game plan, and the one with Addison. She's all that.
She's all that. He's all that.
He's all that. Because it was He's all that.
yeah.
The original
We
She's
saw
all that
that
was
one. That
one
was
of the-
also an F. So
Yeah, that one, not the original. We love She's All That. He's All That, not so much. Well, he's actually never seen She's All That, but I liked it. It was just Madison Pettis. I once again, they do not know how to write her in anything. First of all, tits everywhere, y'all. Like, I love to see some nice tits everywhere. I don't know why, but
we're
it
not
was
gonna
more
get through a
cleavage.
single one of these without you saying tits. Make sure
It was just more. It was just more like cleavage, but. What I will say is that, like I said, they tried to give her this nerdy type of character that was like really good with IT and like, technology. But then yes, you do use it later on, but it's almost like to a very, like, it's very minimal. And then on top of that, it's like the friends, like, it's just like I said, they were just all pretty lame.
Yeah, Madison was like anti-social media, and the girl who was dating the guy that she had been
Had a
friends with
crush
for a long
on.
time, that she had a crush on. His girlfriend is like an influencer, the complete opposite. So like she lives on social media.
Yeah, she's always filming herself and
it
recording
played-
everything.
I think I had wrote in the review for this that those two are the only characters that are written. Like, and if you watch movies, you know what I mean. Like, you can tell when characters are just there because they're there. Like, there were 2 other characters that they were friends with, and they're like, they just love sex, or they just
it's guys,
just like they're horny.
big. When you guys already know, I will find stuff because I did, and All of Us Are Dead, and we went back and made sure of it. But I always find these errors in the movie. So there's a part in the movie. This is so literally like irrelevant, but basically the couple at one point, they were trying something new, right? And they were using grapefruits, and like they had cut it out, basically almost kind of like was resembling a and so they were gonna try them. That was back at the like their dorms and stuff, because these are college students.
Very beginning of the movie,
so
really. Yeah.
It's like whenever we're first introduced to them. So then whenever they get to the AI, like, you know, house or whatever, like the AI kind of built it on what you like, you know, what's on your social media, what do you guys do? So I, for a fact, know that they never posted anything about the grapefruit type of sexual thing they were doing on their social media. But first, and I highly doubt they took any pictures of it and went through their phones. Why on earth, y'all, whenever they went into their room, they had this slow-mo of them going onto the bed. The grapefruits were there, and then they disappeared, and no one even said anything about it.
It's like they forgot on set. They were like, "Damn, let's not have."
Or it's like it was supposed to be a plot point, but then they just we don't really care to do it. Like, move it.
They forgot in post. But
it's just and then like even at the end, like whenever like they first passed away, we won't reveal. Well, their death, like I said, their death was bomb. Like their death was cruel, and it was like
good.
Damn,
I said, we were engaged by that point. That was actually pretty nice to see. Deaths done that cool, and it was just like it feels uncomfortable to watch, but at the same time it's like it's pretty entertaining.
So their death was good, but the next death, huge error once again that I located. So guys, you know, whenever you have hot we're talking about boiling hot water, it's clearly either it won't boil the whole time, right? So it'll stop boiling once you take it off the heat. But I kid you not, we all know it's going to steam. Whenever you make ramen noodles, doesn't it steam? You're gonna know when it's hot water. So this guy was literally so I guess the AI kept forcing him to drink water, right? And so, or not force him to drink water, but they were trying to get him to drink this super, very, very hot water, boiling, scalding hot water.
Will burn your throat.
And it literally had it steaming. And I was like, okay, well, at least that's realistic. Like, is he gonna literally be a dumbass? And even though he was like the pothead guy. Guys, so all of a sudden, he gets his hand stuck in a garbage disposal, I guess, I don't know, making him look, like I said, he is the high one, so it's like
he was reaching for something.
His stuff doesn't, he had dropped.
He dropped something in there.
And it doesn't take that long to get anything out of a garbage disposal.
Yeah, that's also why.
And guys, kid you not, so it just stopped steaming, and then it burned him from the inside. Now, you're probably thinking that's a cruel death. It just made no sense, because once again, right when it touches your lip, you're probably not going to swallow it. You're not going to open it and chug down extremely hot water. And I'm just like, damn. And then, get this, your friends come and see you literally burning. Like your lips are on fire, your tongue's burnt, your lips are like bleeding. Your friends, oh my gosh, they could have cared less. They were literally, now granted, they could have had a little bit more emotion, but once again, all Madison did was wear cute outfits, show her tits, and walk around. Like I said, they have no character development. And then even the beginning of like the guy, whenever they first showed his death, that was cruel. So that's why we even continue to watch it. But it just made no sense, and it was so poorly written. But the main thing
it wasted a good concept of what happens when a smart house
knows too much, or you share too much. It could have been a good
because
lesson.
At one point, like when the character, sorry y'all, we're just spoiling it, but when the characters died, they made like clones of them, and I thought that was pretty cool for a second. And that was still like still within an hour in. Like I was like, oh, this is a little bit different. They're gonna fight them, or they're gonna have to escape. They're trapped in there. No, it was just kind of introduced, and then it's like, oh, okay, whatever. We'll just move on.
We'll just use them.
We'll just use them for a second.
Madison
and I'm like, no, and it like I said, it was.
And then even
it could have been better. Like I said, there was a scene here, and it just fell apart. And that ending.
And then even this room it was only Madison and then her friend that kept going to this room. There was no use of the room. It was just supposed to be her brain, but it's like she only gets to show you what she wants to show you. And then like randomly at the end, she just shows Madison all the people that have been to the house, and it's just like, okay, like, are you working together? Like,
it just wasn't.
It was not cohesive. It was like it was almost kind of like a Madam Web, to where it's like you had a good concept, and then you basically were like, let's just do like 4 different people edited, and like
still say let's understand something here. This was
anyways
very,
but it was raggedy. But
then
guys, not a lady slipping on her hair extensions. That was really cute.
That's funny.
That was very stupid.
Good opening scene though. I think that's what kind of hooked us in. Good opening scene. The opening scene in the massage chair. That was nice. You know, we were like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I think, you know, like the house looked nice. The Margaux AI, you know, she wasn't too annoying. We compared this to a movie we saw that also had a different AI system.
It was Tao,
but they kind of like, but the main character kind of befriended it. Yeah, we tried to compare it to that. This is just, it just falls flat on its face, and it could have been a lot better in some areas.
But guys,
just take out some elements of it. I just feel
this is the absolute reason why I got an F. Is literally, guys, at the end, one of the like main people, like,
it was the white guy. It was the white lover boy.
The guy Madison Pettis had a crush on literally disappears, and just, so guys, whenever they're not real, they like melt into this white goo, because they're not real. Like, you know, they're made of like what the AI generated them from.
Yeah.
And so at the end, she's just guys, literally stop using slow-mos for everything. Stop slowing down crying, stop slowing down walking, stop slowing everything down.
No, you gotta make that runtime.
They're literally in this like battle or whatever with the AI person, which she uses one of their bodies. And granted, that was also a flaw, because why would you use the smallest girl's their body? Is that supposed to be intimidating? It's like, that's not intimidating at all. And literally was fighting, and then she hits the guy like one time, and I mean like punches him, like, or slaps him. Like, it's not even like his neck twist around, or like he hits his head somewhere hard.
Yeah, we actually had to go back and like review this,
because
like,
we
when
were like,
did this guy die? That's pretty much what we wanted to know. Like, he randomly, I don't know if the movie was trying to go for that. Oh, because she got in the car at the end and Margot's voice came on, that shows that she's like trapped no matter what. It's just like, it just really fell apart in the ending. Like, the first hour is fine, to be honest with you. The first hour is fine, you know? If you want to be cheesy and basic, be cheesy and basic and have some good deaths. That's what we got. But I just feel like that ending, like the last 10 minutes could have been something better. Okay, even if you want the AI to take over the influencer's body, and then, you know, they have to fight her and whatnot. Okay, make it interesting. Do some more fight choreography for it. It just felt rushed, thrown together.
And then
at the ending,
the girl who fell on her extensions, she ended up, the one who falls on her hair extensions, there's literally a part, guys, once again, just rushed, and it makes no sense. It's literally a part where she's working out outside, and like literally the bar, like, so she's on a cycle bike, and like the bike keeps like raising up, so you, like, ladies, you know, guys, you know too, like, you have to raise up, you know, the seat so that it like fits your height and, you know, what your preference is. And like her feet are like strapped into it, just like how, like I said, just think of literally like a Peloton. Like, she's literally strapped into it. You can adjust the bike. Mm-hmm. And then it like literally just keeps going up, and she's like kind of stuck because like her feet are trapped into the straps, and then also like the thing just keeps like rising up. So we're thinking, you know, like,
yeah, somehow the straps were like electric, I guess, or whatever. Like,
so
they tighten instead of you physically tightening them. That's also weird.
Well, I guess it was like, it is like an AI house, so it's doing everything for you. But then, guys, she literally screams. So we're thinking like, oh, like, oh, it's gonna be probably like something gruesome, because like I said, these deaths are pretty gruesome. Yeah, it's just like she broke her nail or something.
Yeah,
and
wasted
it's just like,
opportunity.
And it just never. And like I said, it was supposed to be. It could have been a lot better, because it's like they could have had. Because like I said, at this same time, the friends are already dead, so they're like these little, like, you know, robots or whatever outside. And then on top of that, the high guys in the kitchen, like I said, trying to get the shit out of the garbage disposal. But then also she's like getting like kind of crushed too. Oh, and then the white guy's getting like getting cut right now, like for like a shave. He's getting a shave done. And
by
it's
the house. Yeah, the house is giving him a shave and talking to him.
And it's just like all these like random people, and then like he gets cut, and then like the guy, like the smoker guy, the smoker guy like exploded. That didn't even. That's why I said it was just so. It's like you're trying to do too many things at once. It's like, okay, you kind of have it suspenseful, but not really, because it just makes no sense. And that's why I said, like, okay, like she looked like she was, it would be different if she kind of was like bogus to it and she didn't really know what's going on, the girl on the bike. But instead it's like you guys kept making it seem like she was in pain, and she was like, oh my gosh, like stop talking to the house, Margaux, the house. And it was just like, oh, like I cut my nail. What?
Yeah.
Or I like broke my nail.
But but we could definitely go on and on about what was wrong with the movie. There's not a lot of things that was done too right with it. It really fell apart. It really fell apart. The deaths and how the beginning was, it just could have been written better, especially for the runtime. It wasn't too long, so we can't say that it was like we wasted. It is a waste of time, because there's definitely movies that are done better if you want to see like a technology, like killer technology, or like if you would have thought that this was an interesting concept, we'd just probably tell you to go watch Red Rose then on Netflix, because you probably have a better time with that. Some technology.
Tao. I mean, at least Tao is possible.
I would say Tao. Those are better suggestions. Like
cheesy. Like Tao is cheesy. So
but you feel something at the end. I didn't really feel much at the end of this one. This one, like I said, we're like laughing, but also just like what happened. But yeah,
it was a waste. Like it was definitely a waste of time, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.
But yeah.
So this one, guys, I'll introduce it. It is called P2. So it's basically like saying like parking garage
P2.
Or like
parking level 2.
Pavement. I don't know. And we gave
I gave it
an F.
Oh wow, just wanted to sorry y'all. Wanted to build up the suspense there. Yes. Indeed, I gave it an F. Look, y'all, we've seen a lot of movies where people are trapped or they must escape from somewhere. But with this one, P2 just felt like, oh, I've kind of seen all this before, done better by other movies, I would say.
I don't think he liked the antagonist guys.
He wasn't intimidating. Like, you have to have, even if he's gonna be a little bit smaller, first of all, the security guard outfit looked too big on him. Like, he looked ridiculous in it. I half the time I'm just thinking, you're not intimidating. Like, easily she could elbow you in the face. Like, she did fight back at some points, but it wasn't ever strong enough. Second, didn't really care about the whole, I didn't feel as much tension as I normally do when it comes to other horror movies. Even like one that we're going to talk about later on. But this one just felt like it was just kind of dragging on, because it wasn't as exciting for how she was going to escape, and he just never felt that important. Like, I know I'm not supposed to care about a villain, but give me a reason why I'm like, damn, he's really trapping her, he's really got her in a bind. It was like, no, like it just kind of felt like, I mean, it just felt like first by all, the plot, like it didn't feel like that real for me specifically.
I guess because he's a man. Ladies, we all know parking garages are scary. Parking garages are scary for anyone, even when you're with your friends or with somebody. It is scary, because you never know what's going to come up behind you, around your corners, if someone's going to like cut you off, if someone's going to like, when you get in your car, someone's going to park behind you and then you're trapped there. So the thing about this movie, like I said, is it a phenomenal movie? No, absolutely not. It's not. It is something that you can just throw on when you're like hey, just like how we always said, it's a movie. I feel like it's a movie you can throw on while you're eating. The thing about P2 is just like, it was just a woman, like he keeps saying like she did do smart things. She went back upstairs, the doors were locked, she tried to get the security guard, he had killed the security guard, she had went to him to help, she tried to fix her car couldn't be fixed. She was always doing kind of probably the most realistic thing in that moment. Even though some things were a little bit rushed, probably to just get along with the plot, but it's like she was stuck there in the parking garage. The only person that can open it is the security guard, which is why I literally, because of this movie, I hated parking garages that locked like that. Because granted, of course you like it with your car, because you're like, oh, like I always have safety for my car, I don't have to worry about thugs coming in here or anyone coming in here and stealing the car. But it's also like it does suck because whenever you are at things like that where it's like a gate, that's why there's so many things that just have the little the poles now that like just do that, because like you can't have it like that, because then this could happen where a security guard's just like, either what if he has to go to the restroom and he's just in the toilet for a long time, now everyone's stuck down here because you can't open anything. And then plus the cops had came, she tried to call people. Once again, she still is a woman fighting a man, so you know she's not the strongest. I mean, she does work a behind the desk job as long as she's a trainer or something.
No, and it's okay. Like it's not because of any gender reasons. It's really just because of the villain is so weak. He just doesn't. But he doesn't present anything.
Weak, but like to a woman, he's still a man.
I know. But he does. But it's not like how he. It's not just like how he looks, but it's also just like his actions, how he was acting in the film felt very formulaic, and there were moments where that took me out of it because he's just overacting. Like it seemed like he was kicking and screaming like a kid sometimes. I was just like, it's not as intimidating for what the role is like, that what you're trying to present, and it really did take away from it. It's not a terrible movie, you know. I'm not gonna say it's not a terrible movie. It's just that, you know, you've seen it before, you know, you've seen this done before in other ways. It's okay, you know. It's not, I can't say it's straight, because if I say it's straight, that'd be a C. But what really makes it an F is just probably some of this, like I said, some of the scenes by him. It doesn't matter which movie you would have shown me, I would have probably still given P2 an F. Like, just because I didn't really.
I probably saw P2 the year it came out. I don't know what year it came out.
That's
so I don't know.
crazy to be watching this the year it came out.
Yeah, I just be watching. But these are just like I said, P2 is just one of those random movies that I found in the middle of the night, and I'm like, hey, I'll just watch it, because it's like, hey, gives me an antagonist, a protagonist. Is she gonna make it out? Is she not gonna make it out? So
like I said, it's not awful. It's not awful. If you have nothing else to really.
But he gave it an F.
Kind of during Halloween time, I would say if you have absolutely nothing else you could think about watching, you should watch the next movie we're talking about, and then you should watch P2.
No, guys, if you're gonna watch them, watch P2 first, because then Vacancy will blow you away.
Let's get to Vacancy. Man, let's save the waiting for the ending. We gotta save the waiting for the ending for this.
So guys, once again,
let them wait till the ending.
I have seen P2 and Vacancy, like I said, back when I was younger. So I have seen these movies multiple times. So he will definitely give the rating, because he basically rated both of these, because I can't rate them. Like I said, I've seen these multiple times. These are kind of like,
and we rarely do this with movies that we've seen before.
Yeah, but it's like he had never seen them before, so it's like, okay.
So this is really my rating of the movie.
But once again, this is one of those movies I found. Actually, this is the one that I watched with my mom, and it was one of those times. Like I said, it was probably like 1, 2 in the morning, and my mom was like, "Oh, let's watch this. This is about a couple." And, you know, we obviously recognize Owen Wilson, and so we just watched it. And me and my mom, I remember back, I think when we first watched it, we were like, oh, it's like, it was cool. Like, it was an okay movie. So, no matter what with the rating, guys, don't think,
it's Luke. It's Luke Wilson.
Oh,
I had to get you there. Y'all don't see what I'm doing, but I had to go back to the.
I'm so
I had
sorry.
to go back to the actual.
I keep calling him Owen. I'm so sorry, but like, you know,
Wilson.
The Wilson brothers. You guys recognize both of them, Luke and Owen. But okay, this one's Luke. Luke is the one with the brown hair. Owen is the one with the blonde. But,
correct.
But guys, I just want to segue into it. He can kind of say, you know, what he feels about it. But like I said, this is one of those movies that me and my sister have even watched too. We have, you know, little quips that we say throughout it, because it was just funny at times to us.
Yeah.
But
this was y'all, this was such a good time. So this was a really good time. We just, like she said, she just randomly put it on. Man, shout out to Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale. From the start of this movie, their chemistry was great. How they introduced the problem that they were in was great. This did not slow down at all. Like, it was building tension, and every single time I wanted it to pick up the tension and to put me through something more of like, this is a terrible situation to go through. This is the worst situation you could go through. How do you get out of this? You got to think on your feet. You got to be fast. You got to make quick decisions. This movie delivered that and more. And the acting was just so damn good by everybody, really. Even the people that they were being attacked by. I mean, I don't want to really say, I mean, it's been seen before, so, but I don't want to spoil too much of it, because if you have not seen this movie, definitely put this one on. This is a really good time. So, like I said, they both, Luke and Kate both did a great job of showing who their characters are, how quickly they can progress, how well they have already worked together, because obviously they're a couple in this film, and just Kate, I mean, her screams and her terror throughout this film felt so real. Like, Luke has to make so many quick decisions, and I like that. And Kate's just like along for the ride.
Guys, one thing that I do enjoy, and they don't make them how they used to.
No, this stuff was so good.
The reason why I liked this movie so much is because, once again, I like movies where they're doing realistic things. No one's falling while they're running. No one is literally screaming when you're supposed to be quiet.
Extremely realistic.
No, like it's everything that you expect. Like that you like, obviously, you know, you'll do different whenever you're in the moment, but it's just like in these films, you know, you're always like, be quiet, don't say anything, just get through it, you know. That's exactly what they do. And so that's why I say a lot of movies now are like, oh, everyone be quiet, someone's randomly screaming, okay, everyone shut the door, someone wants to open it. It's kind of like, okay, like, you're not doing things that would realistically happen, because we know you're just trying to be stupid or like I don't even know, not even kinky, but like trying to be quirky. Like, that's what you're trying to be for like films nowadays. But this was like very realistic. They had to adapt to different situations. They had to figure things out. She had to also do things. They both had to do things well on their own. So it's just like, it was, like I said, very realistic, to where it was like, okay, this seems realistic. Like, I'm in here with you guys. I like, you know, you can decide if you want them to make it. You want them to make it.
Life or death decisions, people.
I do believe this movie had different endings. I believe so.
And the ending we saw was great as well. I mean, like I said, great acting by everybody involved. I wanted to make sure that I gave some flowers out to Frank Whaley. He was the antagonist here. Man, he was good. Like I said, in kind of
like hotel.
Yeah, the hotel clerk, or the manager, kind of the hotel. But in contrast to how he was also a smaller sized man, he wasn't like big and brawly. So like, unlike.
But that makes sense,
how he
though,
looked. Yes, how he looked. See, look at you trying to cut me off.
Because he had multiple.
You ready.
Okay, guys, 4 men versus 1. What? Of course, one's way more intimidating.
All I'm saying is that Frank's acting is the difference maker. That really makes or breaks a film. Is a person's performance. He felt like an unstoppable force. He had like an army of men that would just chase them. It felt. I mean, the reveal of even how they were even in this situation was also nice, but overall, I mean, like I said, a damn good time. A really good time. Like, from start to finish, that is like if you want a really fun, enjoyable, on the edge of your seat, like thriller movie to watch, definitely have this on the watch list. Save it for Halloween if you want to, honestly, because like, this is something you could throw on if you've not had a suggestion for people. This is one of them. So yes, we ended up giving it
He gave it
I gave it an S. Unbelievable enough. This is definitely one of.
And guys, I just want you to know, every thriller movie I have shown him, he has given them all S's. So if he ever says, you never recommend good movies, I recommend the best.
I always think he recommends. I always think you recommend good movies. But yes, we ended up giving it an S. Very nicely done. Very, very nicely done. Like, a damn good time. So, this has been the report card. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And our next one will be a little bit more of a variety.
Yes, large variety. But we'll catch you guys then.